guys, welcome back to Adobe Design. I'm Amanda, and today I have a different video for you on digital illustration. So my first video, I showed you how I add color and texture to a digital illustration using Adobe Photoshop. And now I just wanted to backtrack a little bit and show you how I create that digital illustration initially using Adobe Illustrator. So I thought this would be really interesting to share, considering that the way that I draw this is probably different from other illustrators. I don't use a tablet that has a stylus pen. I actually learned Adobe Illustrator on my own using a mouse, and I got really comfortable doing that. I learned all the shortcuts on Adobe Illustrator. I was able to draw on it using just the mouse. But now, since I have my Mac, I actually draw just using the trackpad. And I do think that that's probably not what a lot of people do. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to share this video and just show you how I do that. So I do want to show you an example of an illustration that I did. So this is a digital illustration that I created using Adobe Illustrator. I made this a few months ago, and as you can see, I had it printed out and framed because I love it so much, and I actually have these for sale on my shop. And I just really like this type of style of illustration a lot. It's very abstract, but also very stylish in my opinion. I really like minimalist art, so just the lines and the simplicity of it all is something I'm really drawn to. So that's what really made me want to experiment with this type of illustration. So like I said, I made this illustration completely in Adobe Illustrator, and a little backstory on the inspiration is that I was very drawn to contour line art, which means that this whole illustration is made by one continuous line. And the day that I drew this, I was really inspired by an artist that I found who drew these kind of illustrations by hand. I don't remember the name, but if I find it, I will definitely write it down and insert it here. I was just watching TV and was playing around on Illustrator, like, oh, maybe I can, do this kind of illustration digitally. And I came up with this. It happened really organically. I wasn't even trying to make it anything, and I just really loved how it came out. So like I said, I make these in Adobe Illustrator on my Mac, and I just want to show you the way that I do that. When I say this, I actually mean that I use this trackpad and use the shortcuts to draw. So you can kind of see that I have this original illustration pulled up on Adobe Illustrator, and I have to say that I do think this is unconventional. Usually you see illustrators having that tablet and the pen, which I completely think is probably so much easier and actually gives you more freedom of what you can do and more opportunity of how you can illustrate. And that's something that I really want to get because I know that I will benefit from it. So part of the reason why I wanted to share this is because I do think it would be cool to see how I use just the trackpad, and also curious to see if anybody else draws this way using Illustrator. I got a great reaction from this illustration. Like I said, it's available on my shop in a print or in digital form, so you can purchase it and just download it and print it however you want, on any paper you want or any size. So I'll be sure to leave a link for that below. If you like this type of video on digital illustration, be sure to like this video and to also subscribe to my channel for more. Additionally, I just want to mention that my scrunchie is made by me. My last video I showed you how I sew these types of scrunchies. This one is not satin, it's actually cotton, but I love the color. So these scrunchies are also available in my shop. They come in a set of 2 in different colors. I'll be sure to leave a link for that. It's adelitedesign.com/shop. So check it out if you want some, or check out my last video if you want to learn how to make them yourself. So let's get started on showing you how I draw this. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the original illustration. The line I used is very smooth and just looks very organic, like it's done by hand, which is exactly the look that I want to have for this next illustration. So I'm just going to have a new artboard here, and I'm going to start by using the pen tool, and the shortcut for the pen tool is just P on Illustrator. And so as you can see, I just started drawing this out. I want to kind of do this similar illustration to the first one, most likely kind of like a portrait, but very abstract. So I'm starting down with the shoulders. So as you can see, it's like kind of like a silhouette, and I just like that whole feel of it. Now doing this, I did speed up the video a little bit, but it did take me a while to kind of get that shape going. This is probably the 5th try where I'm recording, and it's finally looking the way I want. So definitely take your time and just feel out if like what you're doing is the kind of look that you want to go for. So I just rounded up, you know, now you can kind of see a rounded face, and I'm just working on the eye here. And also here, like, I want to make it a little different from the other one, but also not too abstract where you really can't tell what it is. So I'm playing around here with that. And I just want to point out that using the pen tool, these anchor points that pop up, you know, it's very easy to get frustrated sometimes because they kind of go their own way if you're not careful. So that's why you see me going back and forth so many times, erasing, you know, I'm hitting Control Z a lot, and it's just the process of doing it. I really enjoy drawing this way because I feel like the end result always comes out looking exactly how I would want it. So here I just wanted to kind of make something going up into the hair, and that's what I'm working on here. So this loop that I'm trying to make is almost like a hoop earring, and I'm going up into doing sort of like an updo. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do while I was doing this, which is why I keep going back and forth. I was going to do like long hair down, and then it kind of just came down to just doing an updo. So again, with the pen tool and these anchor points, there's a lot of freedom to adjust them, and I do that sometimes. Like, you can pull those anchors to turn the point and make it curve the way that you want. And like I said, I really want like a very smooth, continuous kind of feel that just seems very hand-drawn. That's definitely the kind of vibe that I want to go for with this sketch. So as you can see, I finished up doing like an updo with the hair, and you can really kind of see it way more than before now. And I was getting really excited as I was doing this, and I was like, yes, finally it's coming out the way that I want. And here I wanted to try to do like a finishing touch with the face, so it's not just an eye. I really like adding in an eyebrow, kind of make it a little sassy, a little cool. And that's what I'm working on here. So I was trying to decide how I wanted that eyebrow to go in. I was debating bringing it down, as you can see, to be like a nose and then into a lip, which I did with my other illustration, but it wasn't really coming out the way that I would want. And so this is exactly what I mean with, like, you have to play around with the sketch and just see if it's what you envision. And sometimes what you envision turns out not exactly what you would want when you see it being made, and you can change your mind. I'm still playing around with that nose, and it's tough. It can get challenging, but I have to say that with Illustrator, drawing this way, I love that I can just go back and, you know, no eraser marks, none of that stuff. Like, I can just Control Z and undo it and really have the freedom to customize the illustration the way that I want and alter it whenever. So that's what I really love about it. So yes, here I was playing around with trying to do a mouth, and it wasn't coming out that bad, but it just didn't, I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't what I envisioned. So I kind of got a little like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing that, and I'm going to just leave it like this without a nose, without a mouth, and makes it a little bit more abstract. So I also adjusted the weight of the stroke. I made it a little thicker to match the original one, And as you can see, the endpoints are smooth. That's what I'm doing there. I'm making them rounded rather than flat, so it gives more like a pen drawn vibe. And here again, that's exactly what I mean with adjusting the line. I was able to adjust the eyebrow the way I want. And I just duplicated that whole sketch to do like an overlay that's kind of like a shadow. And I like to change that color to be a lighter contrast. That's what I did with my original illustration, and I feel like it gave it a little bit more dimension, which I really liked. So that's it. That's the sketch. I really love how it came out. I think it's exactly what I wanted. It's abstract, it's cool, it's fashionable, and minimalist. And so now once I do that, the next thing I do is add my little signature, and there we go, all done. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please again be sure to like it and also subscribe for more. And like I said, I have a printout of my original illustration and these scrunchies available in my shop, avelitedesign.com/shop. There's a link down below. Check it out if you want anything. Thank you so much for watching.